Welcome to Tech Confessions.
I am so excited to be here, Amy. I can't believe, I was just walking around VMworld and just doing my own thing, and I got sort of pulled into this wonderful, magical world. I had no idea I would get hair and makeup. You didn't prepare me for that.
And you can recline on a chaise lounge.
This is very comfortable.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be so comfy.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, and then they don't want to get,
yeah. Can I stay here for a little while after we're done?
Yes, absolutely. So our question today is, what was your software-defined moment? When did that light switch go off for you of how important the software was and all that we touch in technology?
I have an interesting software-defined moment. It happened when I was about 11 years old, and we're part of that Apple program where they give these computers to the school, and we had those wonderful 5 1/4-inch floppy disks that all the programs were on. And I decided, because I loved AppleSoft Basic, I decided that I was going to go into the basic code on all the floppy disks and put a password prompter in front of every single school program in the library. I was a little bit of a hacker. And I learned how important software was when no one in the school could do any of the programs. And it was kind of clear who did it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the librarian knew.
The magnetic footprint.
Exactly. And they didn't need any forensics team to dust for fingerprints on the floppy disks.
So what happened? Did they make you
the librarian didn't know how to fix it. So part of my punishment was going in to the code and fixing, removing all the passwords from like Oregon Trail and everything else. And then I had to put the little plastic tabs, the read-only tabs on there, on all of them. And that's what I had to do for like the next week for lunch.
I was going to say, how many, because back in the day, that was our form of storage. How many disks are we talking about?
I don't know. Well, it took me a while to hack them all. So there was probably about 50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it spent some time. It was a diligent effort, and I just thought that was just a cute thing to do. And then my friends would come to me, and they'd get the passwords, and only my friends and I could use the programs. It was I don't know, it wasn't a really well thought out idea.
Well, fast forward, what lesson has that brought you to today? Like, do you have like home network security? Are you helping balance so your kids don't pull the same pranks on you?
The thing it's taught me is that from that moment on, I told everyone that I should not have root access to any system. That's what it taught me. Yeah. Don't give me root access. It's too much power.
Perfect. So you shifted more. You shifted to the light side, so to speak. You've come into the light, and you do a lot of work with the community, and you do a lot of work in sort of engaging and bringing people in. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, it's something that I absolutely love. And the reason that I got into it was because it was very natural, because I didn't know where to go or what to do, or how to really get involved. And the community is what gave me a platform. They gave me resources. They gave me support and help. And so it was very, very natural for me to give back to that. It was just this wonderful virtuous circle. I am doing what I do better because of the people that helped me. And so it was only natural for me to get super passionate about, well, now I want more people to do this. This is great. It's like you're just finding out like smoked Gouda cheese is really awesome. You're like, you guys, everyone, you got to check this out. Smoked Gouda is awesome. I met a guy in Amsterdam who just discovered it. It was wonderful. And he wanted to tell everyone how awesome smoked Gouda was. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to say, come in here, eat a slice. It's really good. You'll be better at your career, you'll be a better speaker, your interpersonal skills will be better. In the very least, you'll just have fun and you'll meet really great, really smart people. And that's the fun thing.
What was like one of the biggest moments for you in terms of joining the community? What flipped that switch for you in terms of like changing your career, changing your trajectory? What did you do? As people who come into the community, what do you suggest? How do they get started? Because it can feel overwhelming if you haven't experienced it yet.
It is. All right. Well, I'll answer that question in 2 parts, Amy. The first part is what really pulled me in, and it was podcasting. I'm a podcast addict. I now became a podcaster because of the wonderful work that you've done, Troyer, Grace Lee, Delp, and a whole bunch of other amazing people who just decided, you know what, I'm going to take time away from my kids, my family. I'm going to make my week a little bit more stressful, and I'm going to give somebody some really amazing advice, and I'm going to do it in a way that's very intimate, very close, and I gained so much from that. I had a 55-mile commute, the big reason I got pulled in the community was because these people took time out of their day and weeks and made these wonderful podcasts to help me understand where I needed to go, what I needed to do. And so how do people get started? I would say definitely find that medium that works best for you, whether it's a blog because you like reading, whether it's a podcast because you want to mow the lawn or run and listen. And one of the reasons I started, the V Trail Map, is that community guide, is because I selfishly didn't know a lot of the people in the community, wanted to talk to them, find out who they were, and I didn't know how to get started. So I walked around and said, hey, there must be some thing that I can go and pick up
Secret
and read
decoder ring.
that tells me where to get started, what podcasts and blogs, and who should I talk to, and who should I follow on Twitter, and how can I engage with them? And there wasn't. And I was blown away, because I was just going to throw money at it. I'm like, let me sponsor it, and let me evangelize it, because that's what I love doing. My whole mode was like, let me do something that evangelizes other people. And so I created that V-Trail map to selfishly figure it out myself. It was really more of just this exploration of where do I go, and I just started, and so many people I literally, every single person I asked, every single one of them just stepped forward and said, yes, I'll help.
And if anybody who doesn't have to happen to be at VMworld this year, is there a way they can access this virtually?
Yes, there is. If I can do the plug, it is zerto.com, zrto.com/level-up, and you can get a digital copy. And that's best because it has all the links. The printed copy, you can't click on them. I mean, people are trying, but it's not working.
Sure. Yep.
But you can see their links there. But the reason we printed them is because none of the people who really need to get pulled in, they're not on Twitter. They're not following the people. They're not necessarily going to the meetups. They're here. They got the backpack. They're in the Solutions Exchange. I like to say they're looking like at all the logos and like, oh wow, what do I do? Where do people go? Where's everyone? And so we wanted something to physically hand them and say, here, let's pull you in. Here's why you should be on Twitter, because I didn't know 4 years ago. I'm like, Twitter, why am I on Twitter? But at the end of every show, like a podcast, they're like, well, where can people find you? Well, I'm on Twitter at...
Well, it's a good thing we've got something to keep you busy so that we can all keep dying of dysentery on the Oregon Trail without a password.
Exactly. Well, it keeps me off the streets. That's what they say. It keeps me busy off the streets.
And out of the floppy disk.
Exactly. Keep me away from the floppy disk. No root access to servers.
We've got it.
It's just a bad
idea. Good
idea.
confession.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Yadin.
Thank you so much, Amy. It was so awesome to be on the show.
And when you're ready to make your tech confession, join us at techconfessionstheshow.com.